So, you're a US-trained periodontist and you've got your sights set on practicing in Abu Dhabi? Well, you are in exactly the right place. We're going to break down the entire DOH licensing process for you, from the very first piece of paper to your first day on the job. Let's dive in. Look, we get it. Making a huge international career move like this, it can feel pretty overwhelming, right? That's why we're here. We want to give you a clear, step-by-step roadmap to make this whole licensing journey feel manageable and turn that dream into a reality. First things first, what even is this DOH license? The simplest way to think about it is as your official key to the city, professionally speaking. It's the credential from the Department of Health that says, yes, you are qualified and legally allowed to practice as a specialist. It is absolutely mandatory. And this quote right here, it really hits the nail on the head. Success isn't just about cramming a bunch of facts for an exam. No way. It's about understanding the whole picture. From getting your documents right the first time to having a study strategy that actually works. And that's the roadmap we're laying out for you today. Okay, let's start right at the beginning, your application. Getting all your documents in order is the first and, honestly, one of the most critical phases. This happens way before you even start thinking about the exam itself. The whole application process is nicely broken down into 3 simple stages. First, you gather up everything you need. Then you start the official online application. And finally, you pay the first set of fees to get the verification process started. See, it's a clear, logical progression. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty. You'll obviously need your dental degree and specialty qualification, but here's what you really need to pay attention to: that good standing certificate. It has to be recent, dated within the last 6 months. And as a surgeon, your recent surgical logbook is an absolute must-have. Don't overlook that one. Now let's talk costs. The good news is you don't have to pay for everything all at once. As you can see, it's a staged process. You start with the fee for document verification. It's only after your file gets the green light that you move on to pay for the exam booking. It's a much more manageable pay-as-you-go system. So your application is in. Now we can shift our focus to the main event, the exam itself. Let's really break down the format and, more importantly, what the stakes are. On the surface, the format is super straightforward. It's a 2-hour test, and you'll take it on a computer. But as you're about to see, the real challenge is what's packed into those 2 hours. This table gives you the vital stats you need to know. You're looking at 100 multiple-choice questions in that 2-hour window. Now, you do get a total of 3 attempts, which is good. But if you do need to retake it, you have to wait 3 months in between each try. And this is the number that really underscores the stakes. If you fail a 3rd time, you are required to wait a full 12 months before you can even apply again. A whole year. That just highlights how crucial it is to prepare properly from day 1. So knowing all that, how do you actually prepare for an exam this important? Well, it's all about building a smarter study plan that goes way beyond just memorizing facts. You want to pass on that first try. Let's compare 2 different ways to study. You could just rely on old, recalled questions, or dumps. But that's a huge gamble. They can be outdated, and they don't really test how you think. Or you could use a structured simulation. This mimics the real exam, builds your timing and stamina, and most importantly, shows you exactly where you're weak, so you can build true confidence. So here's the bottom line. The most reliable way to pass is to combine a few things. Review the official scope, take good notes, use time simulations, and carefully analyze your mistakes. That way, your knowledge is solid, no matter how they word the questions on exam day. Okay, let's fast forward. You put in the work, you passed the exam, congratulations. That is huge. But you're not quite at the finish line just yet. Let's look at the final steps to get you from passed to practicing. Once you've passed, the next big step is to link your file to a licensed healthcare facility, basically your employer. Once they sponsor you, the DOH issues your official license and you can finally start practicing. And just keep in mind, you'll need to renew that license every 2 years. To make sure you get to this final, exciting stage, preparing effectively is just everything. If you're looking for that structured, simulation-based approach we talked about, tools like the ones at easyquiz.com are built for exactly that. So if you're ready to see where you stand, here's your next step. Go try a timed simulation. The certification exam simulator on their website is perfect for this, and they even have a mobile app so you can get some practice in whenever you have a spare moment. So there you have it. The path to practicing in Abu Dhabi is clear. It's structured and it's totally achievable with the right preparation. The only question left is, Are you ready to get started?